Welcome everyone to PR Club's 5 Minutes with the Finalists, where we are interviewing Super Bell finalists and winners from our annual Bell Ringer Awards. Today, we're chatting with Jessica O'Neill and Megan DeFeo from Boston Ballet. Boston Ballet's campaign called Digital Pivot, Dance Where You Are, won our COVID-19 response category last year and also won our Super Bell Award. Thank you so much for being with us today, Jessica and Megan. And I'll toss it over to you, Jessica, to introduce yourself.
Sure, thank you. I'm Jessica O'Neill, and I'm Boston Ballet's Media Relations Manager, and I'm here with my colleague, Megan.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm Megan DeFeo. I'm the Director of Media and Communications at Boston Ballet.
Great. Welcome to you both. So to kick it off, we would love to hear from you an overview of the Digital Pivot campaign, from everything starting with, how it came about. Obviously, in this case, we know it was largely impacted by the pandemic, the goals you wanted to accomplish, any key messages you were trying to get out there, the KPIs you were measuring against, and then how it kind of all came together in the end and the results.
Well, I can just quickly start, and Megan, you can jump in whenever. So basically, this all started just because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We were forced to cancel performances in March of 2020, and then eventually all of our performances for the rest of the season. So once it became clear that we weren't going to be able to perform in person, we were forced to kind of pivot into this virtual program subscription.
Some of the overall goals for the campaign, we were trying to maintain our commitment to our mission, which is of course live performance and presenting live performance in a time when that wasn't possible. So we pivoted to this digital format in order to deliver on our mission and engage our existing audiences, primarily our donors and subscribers and our single ticket holders, to retain some of our lost revenue, which was very important for the survival of our organization. Ticket revenue makes up 1/3 of our overall income, so that was really important. But also to continue to engage audiences and keep our dancers engaged and doing what they do. So bringing our dancers back safely to be able to rehearse was a huge part of this as well. And we worked with some COVID task force specialists to be able to bring our dancers back into the studio to rehearse in pods. And we're able to put together this digital season for everyone.
Yeah, and I also think it's important to add too, we were trying to retain our subscribers, our kind of nearest and dearest fan base, but we also used this season as a way to reach new people in different parts of the country, different parts of the world even. And that was what was so great about being virtual, is that we were able to reach new customers, make new fans, and make ballet maybe more approachable to people who wouldn't come see us at the theater and become fans of the art form as well.
Did you have any expectations as to how this pivot was going to go, and did the results exceed your expectations, or did they meet them and sort of it was what you thought?
I would say that it was hard to have expectations, I would say, for this, because we've never done it before. So we did have some goals we were wanting to meet, a certain number of subscribers, certain number of viewers, things like that. And we were just blown away by the feedback and the results of what happened. Every goal was met for us. And like I said, it was hard to kind of to determine because we've never done it before, but we just had so much support from our subscribers and our fans that it was really mind-blowing.
And were there any challenges that you faced along the way that took a little bit of extra effort to overcome?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges was that we had never done this before. We're so used to producing content to be consumed live, and we had never, other than promotional videos, we had never created digital content in this long format for people to consume digitally. So there was a lot we had to learn about not only creating the content itself, but also distributing it and messaging it to audiences. and we didn't have any data to go off of because we hadn't done it before. So what we ended up having to do was survey our audiences as we went along, and that those surveys and that information that we gained from our audiences was so helpful to iterate as we went along and keep improving our product and the way we delivered it. You know, the first time we did a digital program, we had to use all existing footage because, you know, we weren't prepared to have to pivot to a digital format. So we didn't have anything ready. And as we went along, we started to be able to now film dance content in a digital way. So introducing new camera angles, and the amount of feedback that we received on this, it was so positive about how people who were used to, you know, to seeing a live performance, maybe from back in the back seats of the opera house, were able to, for the first time, see our dancers up close and personal. So it was really exciting to be able to kind of learn as we went along, and improve on that.
Yeah, and I also think a challenge for us too was everyone, not just ballet organizations, so many other different companies were switching to digital content out of necessity because of the pandemic. So I think what made our program kind of stick out is that we were able to capture new footage. We weren't just using old videos of old performances. And like Megan said, using this feedback from our subscribers, I think was really, really valuable in real time.
Was there anything you will take with you from this experience as, you know, we move forward and we're getting back to those in-person events, but is there anything from that virtual world or even just learnings from this experience that you think you'll continue or take with you in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe we're better marketers and we're better digital content producers because of this experience. This season, we're experimenting with a hybrid model. So we have both live performances and a virtual subscription. And, you know, seeing if this is something, we were able to attract new audiences from beyond just the Boston area. So seeing if we can continue to engage those audiences and provide value for them is really important. And again, just the ability to create content digitally is something that I don't think is ever going to go away, and being able to do that well is very important as well.
Is there anything you'd like to add as we wrap up here?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Do you think we missed anything, Megan?
No, just maybe a shout out to our wonderful team, the other colleagues who are not here on the call, but Deborah Moe, our Chief Marketing Officer, Kristen Carr, our Director of Creative Content, and Jill Goddard, who was our former Director of PR and worked on this project with us. Very grateful to them.
Yeah, I think this whole pandemic really taught us as a team how to adapt very, very quickly and work together, even when we're not together, like in person. So I think that's maybe another takeaway, is that we are able to be so flexible and adapt very quickly under very dire circumstances.
Thank you both so much for your time today. And thanks to everybody for tuning in to 5 Minutes with the Finalists. And you can check out prclub.org for more program information and other webinars that we are hosting in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.